and welcome to Oweleketv News. I am Rachel Abioye. The news headlines. Reps orders inquiry into NAFDAC'S ban on sachet alcohol. Bandits threaten to marry bride, sell guest if 100 million naira is not paid. On the foreign scene, GOP senators divided over MCCONNELL'S leadership after border bill failure. And in sport, Nigeria secures spot in AFCON's final. Welcome back. Now the news in details. The House of Representatives has directed its Committee on the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control to probe the ban imposed on the production of beverages in sachets and small bottles. This move came after a motion was raised by Pascal Agbese during Tuesday's session. The Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria plans to protest at the National Assembly regarding the issue. NAFDAC'S Director General Professor Mojisola Adeyeye announced the enforcement of the ban on alcohol beverages in sachets, PET and glass bottles of 200 ml and below. This prompted protests from various groups including the Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria, the Food, Beverage and Tobacco Senior Staff Association, and the National Union of Food, Beverages and Tobacco Employees. Emmanuel Edoge, Vice Chairman of the Trade Union Congress Lagos chapter, emphasized the detrimental impact of the ban on employment, with over 500,000 jobs at risk. Concerns were raised about the economic repercussions on the ban, as it could exacerbate poverty and encourage illicit production practices. The debate at the Lagos State House of Assembly highlighted constitutional concerns and economic implications of the ban. Agbodike stressed the importance of considering the ban's effect on small and medium enterprises, which are significant employees in Nigeria. The motion has been forwarded to the Committee on NAFDAC for further review and legislative action. Tension soars in Katakpa Community, Toto local government area of Nasarawa State, amid reports of 3 Nigerian army personnel and 2 vigilantes falling to bandit attacks on Tuesday. Unidentified gunmen striked on February 1, 2024, claiming 3 lives and wreaking havoc in Katakpa and Okudu communities, prompting Nigeria Army deployments to maintain order. While military personnel worked to restore calm, bandits launched an afternoon assault on Tuesday, resulting in 3 soldiers and 2 vigilantes demises. Toto local government area chairman Abdullahi Alihu Tashe labeled the soldiers' killing tragic. He disclosed state government intervention, deploying additional security forces to avert further unrest. Responding, the Basa Cultural Development Union urged Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule to swiftly identify Katakpa attacks perpetrators, which claimed 3 lives. In a Wednesday statement, Union Chairman Emmanuel Gbaji extended condolences to victims' families, urging Governor Sule to restore peace in Toto local government area. Shortages of water, electricity and functional ambulances are disrupting operations at primary healthcare centers across Anambra State. For over a decade, water and electricity have been scarce, with facilities relying on external water supplies and grappling with frequent power outages. The absence of functional ambulances further complicates matters, leaving patients dependent on unreliable transportation options. A health attendant speaking anonymously revealed the struggles faced due to water scarcity, as patients bear the cost of obtaining water from external sources. Inadequate water supply also impacts hygiene, with toilets remaining unclean and hand-washing facilities inadequate. At Okpoko Primary Health Care, similar challenges persist, including power outages and insufficient personnel. Residents and stakeholders in the affected areas expressed concern over the lack of response from authorities, despite government assurances of improving healthcare systems. Similar issues were identified in other local government areas, including the non-functioning of ambulance donated in 2019. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. More states joined the protest against the high cost of living in Nigeria. Similar to the 2011 Occupy Nigeria movement and the 2020 NSAS protest, citizens voiced their discontent. Following earlier demonstrations in Kano, Niger and Osun State, new protests erupted in Suleja, Niger State and Kogi State. This unrest comes on the heels of a similar demonstration in Minna, which saw the arrest of 25 protesters by the Niger State Police Command. Protesters in Suleja took to the streets demanding relief from the rising cost of living. Placards bearing slogans such as "Leadership is about improving lives" and "No food, no peace" highlighted their grievances. However, the police used force to disperse the crowd, resulting in arrest and violence. In response to the growing unrest, the Federal High Court in Lagos ordered the federal government to regulate prices of essential goods and petroleum products within 7 days. This decision arose from a motion filed by human rights lawyer Femi Falana, seeking government action to mitigate economic hardships faced by Nigerians. Meanwhile, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, announced plans to unlock national food reserves to ease food inflation. However, despite government interventions, concerns over rising poverty persist, with millions living in extreme poverty, according to officials. In a bid to alleviate pressure on the Naira, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has deployed a 7,000-man special task force across its 14 zonal commands to crack down on dollar racketeers. The EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyewale announced that the commission has summoned proprietors of private universities and other schools charging tuition in dollars. This move aims to curb the recent free fall of the Naira against the dollar, which has seen the currency's value plummet in recent weeks. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Oweleketv, revealed that Nigerians spent a whopping $98 billion over a decade on foreign education, healthcare and personal travels, contributing to the Naira's devaluation. He attributed the Naira's decline to factors such as speculative forex demand, inadequate forex reserves and excess liquidity. To address the exchange rate volatility, the CBN has implemented a comprehensive strategy, including unifying FX market segments and clearing outstanding FX obligations. Furthermore, the EFCC is enforcing laws against currency mutilation and dollarization of the economy, with several arrests already made. In a joint meeting, Finance Minister Wale Edun, EFCC Chairman Ola Olukoyede, and CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso discussed strategies to stabilize the Naira and enhance financial efficiency. This meeting aims to tackle the economic challenges facing Nigeria and stabilize the country's volatile exchange rates. Bandits who abducted women accompanying a bride to her matrimonial home in the Mari Sabuwa local government area of Katsina State have released a video showing the captives and issuing demands. In the video, which has sparked outrage on social media, the bandits threaten to forcefully marry the already married bride to one of them unless a ransom of 100 million naira is paid by their relations. They vowed to sell off the other 32 wedding guests if their demands are not met. The attack occurred last Thursday during the wedding convoy's journey, resulting in the death of 4 members of a vigilante group and the abduction of wedding guests, including children. The footage currently circulating online features a gang leader clad in police uniform boasting about the abduction and touting the government to meet their demands. He indicated that the captives' numbers was 63 and warned against rescue attempts. Some captives were seen in the video with AK-47 rifles hung around their necks, while the bride was dressed in an army uniform. Desperate pleas for help and appeals for ransom payment were heard from the captives, including the bride's family members. In response to the incident, Katsina State Governor Diko Umar Rada vowed to rescue the victims. The Katsina State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Dr. Nasiru Muazu Dan Musa, assured that government officials were working with security agents to rescue the captives safely, urging patience from their relatives. Up next are stories on the foreign scene after the break.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, in the wake of the Senate's disastrous bipartisan border security bill, Texas Senator Ted Cruz says it's time for new leadership at the top. McConnell should step down, Cruz says. During a joint press conference alongside Senator Rick Scott, Ron Johnson, Mike Lee, and others, Cruz stated it is time to ditch Mitch. When asked by a reporter if it was time for McConnell to go, Cruz answered, "I think it is. Everyone here also supported a leadership challenge to Mitch McConnell in November." Cruz added, "I think a Republican leader should actually lead this conference and should advance the priorities of Republicans." Senator Lindsey Graham said blaming McConnell for the border bill's failure is a bit misplaced, while Senator John Kennedy said it's not Mitch's fault about the bill's failure. In entertainment, popular relationship expert Solomon Buchi has utilized social media to offer guidance to unmarried partners, emphasizing that engaging in sexual activity should not be viewed as a Valentine's Day present. Buchi took to his Twitter account to caution unmarried couples ahead of February 14th, advising them to abstain from any form of intimate relations during the romantic occasion. He encourages couples who are not married to reconsider their plans for the upcoming celebration, asserting that Valentine's Day should be an opportunity to express love and affection through various means apart from premarital sex. He advised women to establish a time frame in their relationships, suggesting that the talking stage should not exceed 3 months. He argues that this time frame allows both parties ample opportunity to evaluate compatibility, intentions, and ultimately make an informed decision about the future of their relationship. Buchi's advice was in response to a specific inquiry on Twitter, where users sought relationship advice for those seeking love in 2024. And in sports, Nigeria's national football team, the Super Eagles, clinched their first Africa Cup of Nations final since 2013 in a thrilling match against South Africa, ultimately decided by a dramatic penalty shootout. The game started slowly, but the Super Eagles took the lead in the second half when William Trust-Ekong successfully converted a penalty after Victor Osimhen was fouled in the box. In the dying moments of regular time, Osimhen thought he had doubled Nigeria's lead, but VAR intervened, disallowing the goal and awarding South Africa a penalty instead, after a foul on Pesitwa by Alhassan Yusuf. Teboho Mokoena capitalized on the penalty, leveling the score before the match headed into extra time. Despite a tense extra period, the deadlock remained unbroken. The drama continued into the penalty shootout, where goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali emerged as the hero for Nigeria, 7 penalties from Teboho Mokoena and Evidence Makoka to secure a 4-2 shootout victory. The match will be remembered for its intense moments, including the VAR controversy surrounding Nigeria's disallowed goal and South Africa's late penalty equalizer. Nevertheless, Nigeria emerged triumphant, booking their place in the final once again. And just before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. Reps order inquiry into NAFDAC'S ban on sachet alcohol. Bandits threaten to marry bride, sell guest if 100 million naira is not paid. On the foreign scene, GOP senators divided over McConnell's leadership after border bill failure. And in sports, Nigeria secures spot in AFCON's final. And that's the package on our news bulletin. Kindly follow us on all our social media platforms at Oweleketv and website at oweleke.tv. I am Rachel Abioye. Thank you for watching.